Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Haley is on assignment tonight. Topping our news at this hour, the possibility of the Atlanta Braves moving to Northport for spring training sinking in today. Sarasota County now in exclusive talks with the team. But what happens next? ABC 7's Christopher Brantley has some answers.
Well, if all continues to go according to their plan, not terribly long from now, this empty field will become the spring training home of the Atlanta Braves. But as we learned today, it is not yet a sure thing. On the walls of Northport's Old World restaurant, pictures of America's favorite pastime. From the 1980s on to 2002, the Texas Rangers had their spring home just down the road.
So they come down with the families even when the spring training comes.
Joe Scuchellos is the owner of the restaurant. He loved the Texas Rangers so much, this room in the restaurant is named the Ranger Room. But he now says that name could be changing. The Atlanta Braves are expected to make their new spring home here in Northport. The fields would be located in the West Villages right off US 41. The complex would include training facilities, practice fields, and a 7,500-seat stadium.
Yeah, that's the best thing that will happen to Northport. I mean, everybody going to get some kind of piece of action, you know.
Braves are a world-recognized brand, and certainly to argue that that wouldn't bring attention to Northport's not fair, because they absolutely would.
But there are some hurdles to cross, including how much money will Northport be asked to pay. At least one person on Facebook told us they worry about locals seeing an increase in taxes. But no one knows for sure what contribution Northport will have to make. Another hurdle is the Northport City Commission.
And if this isn't something they wanted us to pursue formally, they'll let me know. I anticipate, though, them authorizing me to continue with discussions to see what we can make happen.
At the Old World restaurant, they're hoping to add new pictures for a new team.
Oh, they better go through that. I mean, city can mess it up. Even commission they cannot mess it up.
Northport City Manager does expect to receive direction from the commission in an upcoming meeting. That really seems to be one of the final hurdles here in turning this empty field into a baseball stadium. In Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you. Negotiators will give a presentation to Sarasota County next week on the deal, which will include some representatives from the Atlanta Braves. If an agreement can be reached, the Braves will move their spring training operations from Central Florida to Sarasota County as soon as the spring of 2019. Now, people across the Suncoast have some mixed feelings about another Major League team bringing their spring training operations here. Many are sharing their thoughts on our Facebook page. Robert says this is huge for Northport. Great news. Johnette writes, it's great to have the Rays, the Orioles, and the Pirates and the Braves all right here. Good for us. But Robert disagrees, saying more taxpayer money going for 6 weeks of use, just like Ed Smith Stadium. And Michael says, how about we support our existing facilities before spending millions on another concrete museum? If you'd like to join the conversation, just go to our Facebook page. ABC 7, you can find a link on our website, mysuncoast.com. Now, spring training games on the Suncoast will start up again next month with a home rivalry of sorts. The Baltimore Orioles will take on the Pittsburgh Pirates at McKechnie Field in Bradenton on Saturday, February 25th at 1:05 p.m. Tickets for that game are on sale right now. Individual tickets for all 17 of the Orioles spring training games at Ed Smith Stadium will go on sale beginning Saturday, January 21st at 10 a.m. They'll be here before you know it. But here we are still in January, and it feels like spring. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more. Bob?
It has all winter long for the most part. Temperatures well above average over the past several days now. 73 degrees currently. We have sunshine, just a few high cirrus clouds streaming in from the west, and we have a west-southwest wind at 5. And the pressure 30-14. That's starting to lower a little bit, but still high, and that's a result of this high pressure ridge, which has been off the coast of the Carolinas for some time now, being eroded away by this little weak disturbance right now and pushing off to the east. A storm system will eventually gather here in Texas and change weather quite a bit for the southeast United States. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. This is not rain, although it looks like it. It's not. Military exercises going on off in the Gulf of Mexico, releasing some of that chaff, if you will, and it's pushing off to the east right now. No rain around us. Things are quiet here. As far as the forecast goes, we will see some fog forming again and it will be patchy and it will be pretty thick in some inland areas specifically. And it looks like visibilities could get down to less than a quarter of a mile in some areas. More in your weather forecast. We'll tell you about the rain chances increasing for the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. A smelly problem in Manatee County. Cleanup crews and environmental officials are monitoring an intersection in Ellington where about 12,000 gallons of raw sewage spilled. A contractor hit an 8-inch pipe at the corner of 60th Avenue East and US 301 yesterday morning. 12,000 gallons of raw sewage spilled from the main. Crews finished cleaning up that mess yesterday. A county spokesperson says samples will be taken over the next couple of days so they can monitor the contaminants. A government watchdog group out of Washington is filing a complaint calling on Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate solar companies in the Sunshine State. The Campaign for Accountability is asking Bondi to review consumer complaints of many solar companies engaging in false and misleading acts in the sale or lease of solar panels. The group's director says the companies are targeting seniors who tend to be more vulnerable to faulty sales. The group claims these tactics violate the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trades Practices Act. The Attorney General's office has yet to respond. Dozens of groups from around the Suncoast getting the chance to talk directly to state legislators about their financial needs. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now with what they're hoping will be priorities this year in Tallahassee. Rick?
Yes, Scott, many different groups had the ears of Florida legislators today. They're counting on them to receive the money they need. State legislators representing Sarasota County spent hours listening to a variety of folks from cities and towns to all the major concerned citizen groups.
This is a steeplehold of democracy. I mean, this is the best example of people interacting with government and their representatives.
One by one, the many different groups stepped up here, letting the state legislators know their needs. They're hopeful that they'll be hearing some good news in a matter of months. One of the organizations that hopes their voices are heard is the Salvation Army in Sarasota. They're asking the state for $760,000 so they can help lots of people recovering from substance abuse and increase their staff.
What we're trying to do is to ensure that there's proper funding for case management and professionals to have the most effect in changing people's lives through recovery.
Rose Chapman, CEO of Jewish Family and Children's Service of the Suncoast, is asking legislators for the state's help with their Children Crisis Team. It's a team that provides emergency services for children who are having issues with mental illness.
We're asking for dollars to continue to provide these services, as well as to move into Manatee County, because the numbers have increased tremendously and we can't be there for all the children and all the parents that are calling us.
State legislators tell us it's a lengthy process to get the okay for any funding that these groups are looking for.
That is a book unto itself. There's a lot of political wrangling. There's a lot of negotiations.
And all the different groups will find out if they'll receive the funding they're looking for later this spring. Scott, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. If you're hoping to catch one of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's final circus shows, you may want to buy those tickets sooner than later. This week, the circus's parent company, Feld Entertainment, announced it's shutting down the greatest show on earth after 146 years. Just a few days after the announcement, the circus's final show in Long Island, New York on May 21st is already sold out. Tickets reportedly going for as high as $2,000 for lower-level seats. Feld officials say declining ticket sales coupled with high operating costs made the circus an unsustainable business. The Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus played a huge role in shaping the Sarasota area. Many immigrant families came here to work for the circus. Downtown's Main Street was even featured in the 1952 movie The Greatest Show on Earth. But over the years, ticket sales dropped and the Great American Institution found it impossible to continue.
You know, there's a lot of sentiment there for sure, and they are an American icon.
There was no show to work for like Ringling Brothers, because it truly is the greatest show on earth.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, we'll look at what led to the final curtain call and what might be in store for the future of the circus. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the secret to getting rid of pesky mosquitoes. It's not a bug spray. Sarasota County is offering free fish to handle the job. And we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. He'll have the official weather forecast for the rest of the week and look ahead at the weekend. Plus, using the golden rule at the pediatrician's office, why it's especially important to be nice to your child's doctor.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
As a combat veteran, I support Goodwill because they help our veterans reintegrate back into the civilian workforce. And they create jobs in our community.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Prosecutors want the courts to deny bond for the suspect in last week's fatal shooting of an Orlando police officer. An affidavit filed today shows authorities want to make sure 41-year-old Markeith Lloyd remains in custody. Lloyd was arrested last night after a manhunt that lasted for more than a week. Lloyd is accused in the killing of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton outside of a Walmart store last week and in the death of his ex-girlfriend last month. Lloyd was found in an abandoned house after a 9-day manhunt. Doctors will now evaluate the mental competency of a man accused of killing a beloved flamingo at Busch Gardens. Their evaluation will help determine whether Joseph Carrero understands the charges against him and is able to participate in the proceedings. The Orlando man is facing a charge of aggravated cruelty to animals. He was visiting the theme park with family last summer when he reached into an animal pen, grabbed Pinky the flamingo, and slammed her to the ground. She had to be later euthanized. Well, if you have a pesky mosquito problem near your home or office, Sarasota County may have a solution. The county is giving away free mosquito fish. They can eat the mosquito larva. The county breeds and raises the little native fish. People in the community can come pick some up and then release them into man-made water bodies, like maybe abandoned swimming pools, ditches, and artificial ponds. Those fish will eat the mosquito larva and help ease the bug problem.
They reproduce very fast, so if you put a dozen of them, 2 dozen in a very small water body, they'll, as long as there's water, they'll live in it, they'll keep having babies, and they'll sustain a population that'll eat mosquito larvae forever.
If you want to pick up some of those mosquito fish, it's best to call Sarasota County first so they can get them ready for you to pick up. Sure seems like a an environmentally positive way to get rid of mosquitoes.
A natural solution
Yeah.
to a pesky problem around town. I tell you, we have had warm weather, warm enough for mosquitoes. You know, you got to be like 70 degrees or above for them to fly around and do their thing. So it has been warm enough as of late. Here's what's going on right now as far as we're concerned. Beautiful day out on the waters today. High pressure at the surface and the mid-levels of the atmosphere continuing to keep seas down below 2 feet. Smooth conditions out there in the bay right now, and that's the way it's going to stay too tomorrow. By Sunday, though, a different story out in the waters. We're going to have some small craft advisories and windy conditions move in on late Sunday and Monday. Right now, again, as I mentioned earlier, some exercises going out there out in the Gulf of Mexico. No rain around here. Some showers here over Texas and Louisiana. These are legit, and these are pushing off to the northeast. This is not the system that will eventually bring us a change. It will actually erode the high pressure a little bit that's been dominating our weather, and then eventually another low pressure will develop near there and sweep a cold front our way come late Sunday. Right now, it's not cold at all. 73 degrees in Sarasota, Brayton Airport, and the dew point is at 63. Winds out of the west-southwest at 5, and the pressure 30-11, and that is still high, but as I said, it's falling slightly from what it was earlier today and throughout this past week. 77 in Jacksonville now, 80 in Orlando, 80 degrees in Miami, and 78 degrees in Key West. Around town, right near the water with that west to southwest wind and the Gulf of water temperature now at 67. It's keeping things a bit cooler from Braden and Sarasota, Venice, all the way down to Inglewood. Upper 70s, though, in places like Wauchula and into Sebring now at 79 degrees. Well, the forecast for Thursday looks like pretty much what it has been for Tuesday and Wednesday. Just a few clouds around in the afternoon. Temperatures warming into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. And low temperatures will be above average as well. Well, the satellite and radar review showing that storm that had been around over the northeast has now exited to the Atlantic, and this very active subtropical jet stream, you can see a little piece of energy making its way quickly now through Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. That'll head off mainly to the north of us. It's not going to have an impact on our weather over the upcoming days, but by Sunday, as I mentioned, we will see some energy get a little closer to us. Big storms out west into California again. A series of low-pressure areas continues to make their way onshore in the Pacific Northwest from Washington, Oregon, and throughout California. There are numerous weather advisories throughout this region, winter storm warnings. Winter weather advisories cover much of Nevada as well as into Oregon. A new one just issued just now, and some heavy snowfall where they've already had excessive amounts of snow in the Sierra Nevada range. Well, temperatures across the U.S. pretty warm, actually pretty mild considering. Here we are again in mid-January. We're talking 56 in the nation's capital. Boston at 39. It's 40 in Cleveland, 48 degrees in Kansas City, and St. Louis at 48 degrees. Chicago, 36. Still cool, but not extremely cold, which it can be. We will see some sea fog to the north of us. I don't think we'll see that problem here. We will see some patchy areas of fog developing late tonight and tomorrow morning. And then on Friday morning, a little bit better chance of seeing some of that fog work its way up. With some west to southwest winds out ahead of that system. This is the one that's now moving through Louisiana. By Friday morning, it'll be near us. There'll be some showers to the north, but it never makes its way through. So we'll continue to see pretty warm conditions right through Saturday and even into Sunday. And then the cooler weather filters in early next week. Southeast winds turn to the south, very light, 5 knots. Seas will be really right around 2 feet or less. Smooth conditions out there. Water temperature warming up, 67. The beaches will see a high right around 77 degrees. And low tide upcoming for Sarasota Bay just after midnight. High tide will be at 5:15. Sunset 6:01. Sunrise at 7:21. Mostly fair. Fog late. 58 for your low. Northwest winds to northeast winds very light at 5. And the fog will be specifically inland areas burning off tomorrow. And then partly cloudy skies in mild conditions. High around 78 degrees. The extended forecast is calling for warm weather on Saturday and Sunday. And then a 60% chance for showers and storms come Sunday late and into Monday morning, and then it turns breezy and really back down to average, not really cold. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Right now, no crashes in Manatee or Sarasota counties, but we are seeing traffic backed up on I-75. Guess where? The northbound lanes right near Fruitville Road exit. This happens just about every day at this time. In health news tonight, as we get older, our brain cells show changes. Now, a new study in the journal Cell Reports finds certain changes happen so reliably that by themselves they can reveal a person's age. Some of the biggest shifts were seen in the hippocampus, which is involved in memory, and the area of the brain involved in movement. Because these two brain areas are also affected in people in the early stages of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, this study may provide insights into the roles that some brain cells may play in those diseases. A urine test could now detect if you eat a healthy diet. It measures the levels of certain biological markers that are created when foods such as meat, fruit, and vegetables are broken down by the body after a person eats them. According to researchers at Imperial College London Department of Medicine, the test can be run in about 5 minutes. The work on the test is still in its initial stages and it's not commercially available just yet. Well, when a child is sick or hurt, it's only natural for parents to get emotional sometimes. But a study by the University of Florida shows why you should be nice to your child's doctor. Researchers who staged emergency situations in a neonatal intensive care unit found doctors and nurses performed significantly worse when confronted with an actress playing an angry mother. The teams exposed to rudeness underperformed in all of the study's 11 measures throughout the day. The lesson is that doctors and nurses are people too, and they may find it harder to work when they're being emotionally attacked. Coming up, some dangerous flooding in Texas, washing out roads and stranding drivers. One Good Samaritan helped save a group of people trapped on a submerged bus. Plus, that giant gator following, how the viral video is creating a headache for wildlife officers in Florida.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I am an originalist.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Parts of southeast Texas are underwater. Heavy rain, severe storms moving through that area, causing dangerous flooding in the city of Houston. A Metro bus got stuck in rising water. Luckily for those on board, a Good Samaritan jumped in to help. Carlos Castellanos walked through high water to get to the bus. The bus driver climbed through the driver's side window as Castellanos helped her out. He then carried her to safety. Minutes later, he came back to the bus to help a passenger climb out.
when we got stuck, I was like, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna call for help or something? Because the whole bus was filled with water, and the other guy, I think he was trying to call 911. I didn't really get to listen to the response, and we were like, what's gonna happen?
Well, several other vehicles also stalled out in the flood waters, but the people inside were able to get out okay and head for shelter. It's unclear what sparked a large warehouse fire in Fort Lauderdale. The fire erupting this morning. Smoke and flames could be seen from miles away. The roof of the building collapsed as a result of the fire, so firefighters had to fight the flames from outside the building. No word yet on whether anyone was hurt or what caused it. Video of a giant gator is drawing plenty of people to a natural reserve in Polk County. Hundreds are flocking to the Circle B Bar Reserve in hopes of catching a glimpse of this guy, a 12-foot gator. One person has already been asked to leave the park after he ran off a trail to try to take a picture of the gator. But officials are concerned about the increased attention to the area because if a person finds the gator and gets in an incident with it, well, officials would have to kill the animal. They are urging people not to get too close and do something they shouldn't. A pelican named Scully will bring some fun and excitement to events surrounding the 2017 World Rowing Championships. Scully is the winning name for the mascot. It defeated the 4 other options: Rowan, Paddles, Orson, and Skylar. Votes came in from 24 countries across 5 continents. Scully is based on the word skull, which is a type of boat used in competitive rowing. Over the next couple of months, Scully will be at a lot of events at Nathan Benderson Park, including movie nights, if you want the chance to meet him. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a walk-in style protest by teachers in Manatee County, what they hope to gain from these demonstrations. That story coming up.
At 4 on Suncoast View. It's time to put our kitchen skills to the test. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. California Pizza Kitchen is finally here in our area, so we'll learn to toss dough like a pro with them. Oslo Rep talks about a new play with an appropriately timed political twist. We'll shop at the Rosemary Indie Market with their unique offerings. Plus, Goldrush Barbecue joins us in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Take home a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Or stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Renegade for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.